Name's Bond. James Bond.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I drink your milkshake.
You can't handle the truth.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa!
Welcome back to the Movie Mafia podcast, everybody. It's your host, Jacob Trout. Oh my gosh, I'm here. Couldn't be more excited to have the whole group together. A little bit later start than we usually get, but no matter. We're here. Gang's all together. How's it going, y'all?
We're alive.
We are.
Barely, and we've made it through. Somehow, our podcast is still here. We're still around, despite the fact that there isn't any WandaVision. Somehow, the Movie Mafia podcast has stayed intact. I don't know how we've managed to do it, but we're here.
We only existed for the one show, and now what's the point?
I know, but somehow we've made it, and we're here. And all we have to do is get through this one show, and then we have Falcon and the Winter Soldier this Friday. Oh my God, I'm so excited. And since and I just mentioned that, I did want to briefly touch on that. I'm curious to get your guys' opinions. You know, we've seen a few of the small teaser trailers, but we don't have that much information on Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So for all of you guys, you know, are you excited for the show? Do you guys think there's a chance that this show can be as good as WandaVision? Because I'm not used to Marvel making good TV shows. And then all of a sudden, here's WandaVision and it's great. I don't know. I sort of feel like Falcon and the Winter Soldier might not live up to the hype, the expectations.
I think it will, because, well, I think it's tough to compare anything to WandaVision. It's going to be their most unique thing they've ever done. So it's going to be tough to start connecting. Like, Falcon Winter Soldier is going to be a buddy cop, basically, comedy between these two guys. So it's going to be totally different from the show, but I'm hearing some of the early reviews around, people are loving it. So I'm really pumped for Friday.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely.
I don't know. I'm excited because I've just started getting into the Marvel universe when WandaVision came out. So I think I need to have like a binge session and watch all the previous movies, and I want to do that anyway. But now I think I'm gonna like force myself to. And then when Falcon and the Winter Soldier comes out, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it because I mean I feel like production and quality can only just go up with like all this like new technology or whatever. So I'm excited to see like. They did such amazing things with WandaVision. Like, I feel like it could live up to the hype, but WandaVision is definitely, I feel like, its own thing.
For sure.
Is this also coming to Disney Plus?
Yeah, also going to be another Disney Plus show.
And it's like, I heard it's like 42, 43 minutes. That's what I heard, based on reports. So that's what it is.
Is it going to have 10 minutes of credits again?
Yep. Yep. So it's supposed to be 48 total, and there's like 7 minutes of credits. So,
Jesus.
Damn.
7 minutes of credits on a TV show, guys. Only Disney could be so pretentious.
Well, there could be a post-credit scene. We really don't know.
Of course, there's gonna be. Just Marvel cannot help themselves. They only know how to make movies, and they're like, superhero movie and post-credit scene. So we just have to put in our TV shows too. Oh man, I'll just never understand the decisions that Disney execs make.
Would you rather have all the episodes and at the end of the season like a big credits thing?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, dude, 100%.
No.
Well, see, the problem with that is like, you don't like not every person edits the exact same episode. Like, there's a team that works like on each episode, so that's kind of why like for this episode, I feel like it's just like only appropriate that they kind of just like there.
Yeah.
I get that. That's a good
I don't
point.
know. Credits. They're in every TV show. Like, why wouldn't they just be in like a Marvel show?
Yeah, but
I don't know.
7 minutes? And then you're gonna have the audacity to put an end credit scene. So now I have to go to the end of every single episode now. Like,
It's not that hard.
but could they just put an end credit scene on the finale episode and the opening episode, or just the finale? It just has to be random episodes, and sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. So it's like I watch 40 minutes, and then I have to like move my finger across the dial to try to get to the end credit scene, and I go too far, and I have to rewind it, and it's tedious and it's unnecessary. I only want to watch an end credit scene when when I'm watching a movie because I'm committing like 2 hours or 2.5 hours to this movie experience. And that is like, okay, I don't mind sitting through 10 minutes of credits. But like when I'm in my bed watching a TV show, it's just not the same.
You have to scroll through that. Come on, dude. Come on.
It's not the same, Max. It's not the same.
I mean, you do pay for Disney Plus, so I guess they should listen to your complaints.
True. They should just have like a skip credits button, when you can just like how Netflix they have like a skip intro when you're watching the same TV show for like the 50th time. So why can't I just skip credits? Like Disney Plus is slacking on their platform. I'm being honest. There's still no platform as smooth as Netflix.
True. I love the way Netflix is laid out. I wish every platform was as easy as that.
There's a reason why you don't say Disney Plus and chill, so.
Disney and chill is not a
True.
thing. Thank
Plus,
you.
We should just start roasting Disney Plus on Twitter until they fix themselves.
Dude, honestly, do you guys ever watch stuff on your phone or like a tablet or something, and then while you're watching a show, you want to like minimize it and still have it up, but be like doing something else on your phone? And I do that on Netflix
like
all the
FaceTime?
time. Like when you're watching a
Well, I'm
show
not.
on like The Office on Netflix, and then you also want to like read something at the same time. And I do that all the
Okay, you're
time.
just multitasking at a whole level.
Yeah, but like
Like,
sometimes I'm watching the show and then there's like needless dialogue, and I'm just like, all right, like.
so you watch something on your laptop and play and do something on your phone. You don't watch anything.
I don't
on
have a
your phone. Like,
laptop. I have this beast ass computer.
that's your problem. Like when I was in high school, yeah, because I would be watching as my teacher was talking, like The Office on my phone. But like now that I'm here, I have a TV, I have my laptop, and I have my phone. Like I can multitask.
Next thing you know, we just need the like contacts that you can watch stuff in,
Dude,
and then we're good.
that is giving me some Black Mirror vibes. There's an episode of Black Mirror
I
that is
cannot
just
wait.
like that. But
Wow.
dude, I have to say, I disagree with you guys. Netflix is the smoothest platform, and when you minimize your video, it still plays in the background, but Disney Plus just closes it out. And freaking Hulu makes you have your location on before you're allowed to watch stuff. Like, I hate all these platforms. All of them, besides Netflix. Netflix is king.
Monopoly.
Facts.
Well, Netflix just keeps getting rid of the best shows. I literally don't even know why I still watch Netflix because at this point I'm watching like 2 things on Netflix. I am so upset.
Yeah, I feel like the last straw for you, Gab, was when Netflix removed Gossip Girl.
Okay, I thought I would
Yeah.
be able.
You
You
had
don't
to
even-
bring it up.
Why?
Had, like seriously, like The Gossip Girl and The Office were the 2 shows that if you looked at my like previously watched, one of those 2 would always be there because I would like fall asleep to them. I would just kind of like sit here if I was doing my makeup, it was just on in the background. It's always on. You come into my room, it's always on. I was drunk the other night and Gossip Girl was on. Like it's always on. And Netflix had the audacity to take it off, and now I have to watch it on a terrible service that I'm not going to mention because it's illegal. But now I'm really sad, and now they're taking off my favorite movie, and what's the point of having Netflix anymore? That's all I want to know.
Well, Gossip Girl's on
I'm
HBO
not-
Max, but like I said, nothing beats Netflix.
Max is like, he's messed up.
I mean, I do use a lot of streaming services, and they're all mostly the same to me. Like I don't use them in your way. Like if I'm watching a show or a movie, it's on my TV, and I'm like committed to doing it. I don't just like watch shows or movies to have on the background most of the time. I'm either watching a movie committed to doing it.
Oh, well, if I'm watching a show for the first time, I'm
Yeah,
all
yeah,
ears. Like, you won't catch me looking at my phone. But the amount of times I have seen Gossip Girl in The Office, like, I can quote it. Like, so can Jacob. I was watching it, and he guessed what season of Gossip Girl I was on just by, like, a 30-second.
I think you're
Anyway.
drunk, Gab. I don't think that happened.
I think you're embarrassing yourself, Jacob, right now.
Dude,
Yeah.
there is 6
No,
seasons
so
though, and I
that's what
watch
I-
it for 20 seconds and I guess the season. Like, come on, that is impressive.
It was-
Maybe a
That's
little
not a
sad,
brag,
but
though. It
also
was not a
impressive.
brag.
Impressive.
That's not a brag
Dude, but like
for you or me.
the show is so pointless. Like, there's so much pointless episodes. So like, I literally watch
There-
this random episode and guess the season. Like, come on.
No,
Yeah.
not a
It
brag.
honestly, it was
I'm not here for the
I
slander.
mean,
Max.
if it was me, I think I would be flexing and everybody like, wow, good for you, but because it's Jacob, we gotta roast him.
Gotta roast him.
Wow, this feels like a personal attack, right?
You're the one who
Is
you're
Jacob
the
a
one
spit
adding
roast?
on to it.
He's getting roasted.
Oh my
But,
god, this is the roast of
Can
Jacob
we get
Trout. I
like
thought
the
this was the
drums
movie
in there?
Mafia. What is going on?
Welcome to stand-up comedy. Every Monday night we all do a little stand-up. And it is just a giant roast. So if you want to come by, just
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, and I think I deserve to be roasted. I was so excited last week for the season finale of The Bachelor, and my dumbass, literally, it's this week. Tonight is the season finale. When I thought it was last week, I had everybody over to watch the season finale. I was like, oh wait, no, it's not the season finale. That's this week. So
Wait, what day is it?
What?
What day is it?
Monday. It's tonight.
Oh, it's tonight. Oh.
Who does a finale on a Monday? I
The
mean, it is
Bachelor-
quarantine.
Because it's The Bachelor, it always airs on Monday. Like, 'cause it's like an actual like TV show. Like it goes every
I
week.
don't even understand. Like Monday's not even a real day to me.
Dude, that is so true. That is the most relatable
Yeah,
thing
amen
anyone's
to
ever
that.
said.
You think time moves faster now?
Dude.
Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I think it always
absolutely.
goes fast. We just we think that it goes slow, but it really does just go fast all the time.
No,
Do
like
you
why?
move through time, or does time move through you?
Wow.
Whoa.
My mind is just exploding.
Lauren, you can't do this to me.
I want to break from school and then this. I get that question and my brain is back to work.
Oh my god.
We should make our own TV show out of just the weird questions I have for the universe.
No.
Oh, I have a lot of questions and I don't understand how a lot of things work. Like, how does Bluetooth work?
Oh, here we go.
It's just like,
Dude,
how
Max
does
is so over
Bluetooth
this
work?
conversation.
like I'm genuinely confused. It's just like air that connects two things.
So you know how like Lil Uzi has like a stone on his forehead? It's like just like that.
Dude, you're talking about vision?
Right.
Low vision, bro.
Real life vision.
Why
Honestly.
hasn't anyone made that a meme yet?
I feel like we made it a meme in the collective conscious, and it's just like floating up in there.
Yeah.
That's so funny. But like, how does the internet work without this? Like, how did somebody invent the internet without the internet? Like, are people
So,
just
like,
seriously
okay,
that smart?
The internet, like the cloud, isn't like
Yeah,
a
that is
thing
the
like,
most
in the
millennial
air.
thing
Like
I've ever
the
heard in my
internet's a
life.
physical object, and people like forget that. But there's warehouses and warehouses around the world of just storage units that are the internet. So if we blew them up, there would be no internet because everything online is stored in a physical place.
This is too much
I'm
for
not
Gab's
okay
brain
right
right
now.
now.
Also, there was this one time a shark underwater bit a cord, which like broke the internet for a whole country, but it was a small country and no one noticed.
Like, I also have like, how don't like boats sink? They are huge. Like,
Oh
they are
my
massive.
god.
How don't they sink?
Okay, so like
Because
I
they're made
have
out of
surface,
buoyant
the
material.
water is like
Gab, come
magic.
on.
Water doesn't apply to like the rules of physics. It does whatever it wants. That's like the best answer I have.
But why? Like, I have a lot of questions. I don't understand a lot of things. Max wants to just kill me right now.
Max is like, remember movies? Remember those?
Oh,
No, I'm
and,
just- I'm
you
But
know,
fascinated.
like, also, how do okay? You know the calculators, like a calculator.
Ah.
How does that just have every math problem?
Well, okay, so
like,
that's an
how-
algorithm that's coded. So when you talk to a calculator, you're talking to an algorithm. Kind of like you talk to an AI or like Siri. Like it can compute faster than you can. So it's just following by a set of rules to get to the same answer you would get to, but faster.
I feel like that answer only made Gab more confused.
That's
Yeah.
what I live to do.
Okay, wait. So then you know how like why do we only put gas in cars? Like gas is a liquid. Like why can't we just put water in cars and make them go vroom vroom? Like
Well,
I
in
don't
Back to the Future, they put like
What?
food in the car, and it was like
Gab, hold on.
supposed to.
And why
That
can't
was
you
a
put
movie reference.
water in cars and make them go vroom vroom?
like
Gab,
why does it
you need
have
to lay
be
off the
gas?
sauce.
What is
Gab,
so
you need to lay off the
special?
sauce.
I'm not on anything. everything. What makes gas gas? Like, why is it also called gas? I thought gas was gas is not a liquid. Why
Well,
do
gas
we put
is
that
in air, so why is it a liquid? That's a good one. I like that.
I have a lot of questions. There's a lot of things I do not
Why do
understand
you
about.
drive on the parkway and park on the driveway?
Oh, that's another good question.
Oh my god.
But thunder and lightning. How do clouds just have the ability to make thunder and lightning?
So you know how
Okay.
grasshoppers they just go like this? You know, that's the same thing.
Jacob.
Gab, you need to control yourself, okay? What I've realized from this episode is that we need to make another podcast where we just talk about nothing for an entire
I think
hour.
it's just like completely unhinged.
That's gonna be the title, Unhinged.
Have fun about that. Have fun with that one.
Max here to handle me.
Oh my god. Okay. We were talking about WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier before Gab started freaking
I feel
out
like we killed that
over the
topic. I
crisis.
feel like it's done now.
So I do want to wrap up that topic, but what I have to say is to shout out my mom because she watches all these episodes because she's
Shout
awesome.
out, Mom.
Shout out to my mom. She watched the first episode of WandaVision per the recommendation from everyone on the show here, and she was super confused. She was like, "Oh my god, Jake, why is it black and white? What's happening?" So I have to just shout out my mom. I explained it to her that it's not always black and white, but I have to shout out my mom for watching WandaVision. I absolutely cannot wait to see what she has to say about the show.
Great.
Okay.
I'm
But
glad
yes,
she
so
watched it.
I know, me too. But okay, so let's move on from WandaVision, and I think we should stick on this superhero topic so that we can kind of move through a few of these. So we got some news that the new film, The Batman, that's going to be the Robert Pattinson Batman film, and I'm sure that when I say Robert Pattinson, Gab instantly is just like, oh my god, Twilight. Am I right?
It's not like that anymore though. Like if you actually if you watch him,
He's
like,
Edward.
Yeah, but he's done too much outside of Twilight.
No, he hasn't done anything meaningful since Twilight.
Yeah, he has.
Like what?
Jacob.
He was just in
Jacob,
Tenet.
I'm probably gonna blow your mind.
Oh my god, you're gonna blow my mind? Hold on, Max. Go ahead, Gab.
I've never seen Twilight, and you have.
Twilight's terrible.
And he quits.
That's good for
You know,
you.
Are you kidding me, Gab? You watch The
Twilight's
Bachelor and
terrible.
Gossip Girl, and you've never seen Twilight? That's like the
Twilight's
worst one.
Terrible.
It is.
Why you don't
I
watch
just have no interest in. Don't get me wrong, Taylor Lautner's hot. I just have no interest in watching a bunch of fucking werewolves fall in love. I don't really know. I have no interest in them. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, Pattinson's a great actor, though.
It's
He's
the
a
girl.
really good actor.
It's the werewolf and the vampire fight over the human girl.
Yeah, he likes a love triangle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why we had a whole To All the Boys talk, because we had to talk about Jacob having to break down the love triangles in the first two films.
Yeah, honestly. But yeah, so.
So wait, does that mean he is Team Jacob?
I am Team Jacob. Yes, 100%.
Wow.
100%.
I'm Team No One, because who cares about this franchise?
That's a good point.
Nobody does.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Not even him and her care about the franchise anymore.
Well, as Max knows, Robert Pattinson's done nothing at all meaningful since now. Between Twilight and now,
true.
so
that's not true.
So I don't even remember what his name was until this news story came out. I don't even remember who this dude was.
That also is not true.
I forgot what he looks like. Just blip on the radar, just like he's here and he's gone. But now he's the Batman, and his film is set for March 4th, 2022, a year from now, basically.
Yes.
So I don't know, guys. A year
I'm
from now, I felt like I was surprised by how long that was. I did see that. I do remember the trailers, and I remember watching the trailers like a year ago. And I know COVID happened, and that's a thing. But like, dude, I really thought this film was gonna have like a Christmas release or like a summer release. No, they only
shot that trailer they only shot 25% of the film by the time that trailer came out.
Oh. And that was like right when COVID hit, or right before.
No.
Right?
That was like the summer, I think.
Oh.
The summer.
No, they had like a teaser trailer that I'm thinking of. Maybe
No,
that
they
was
have one trailer, and it came out on the DC Comic-Con thing. That came out in like yeah.
Yeah, I remember they had like a little small teaser thing like a while back, like in like February or
Yeah.
March last year. But
Yeah.
yeah, well,
I'm
that's
pumped.
insane. I am super excited for this film, and I'm a little annoyed that DC keeps making so like single films that are unconnected to their universe. Like the Joker was a good movie, but it's unconnected, so it's like, what is it? Does it really mean anything? And then the Batman, I mean, it looks like it might be another good movie, but it's gonna be unconnected. It's not gonna be in the whole DC universe, so it's just gonna be this
Yeah.
solo film that means nothing in
I
a
just want
sense.
good content. Like I love Joker. Like I really love that movie. So I mean, if they keep doing them and they're really good, good for them. If they're gonna be bad, then that's when it goes into your conversation of not making sense. If these side projects are terrible and they're not connecting to anything, they literally are just nothing. But if they're really good, like Joker, Joker had a huge impact on society when it came out. So
That's
um,
true.
for people basically being idiots about the film. But I think that I'm really pumped. The director is great. The cast is great. The score, the composer is great. I'm just dying to see this movie already.
100%. Me too. And yeah. And then I know we have a year-long release for that, so we'll be keeping track of that. I'm sure they're gonna have some more trailers in the future.
Yeah.
But um, but yeah, that's definitely not gonna be out for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
More superhero news that we had. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Avengers Endgame lost its record
Yes.
for the highest grossing movie of all time because Avatar, the original James Cameron Avatar from like the mid 2000s, like 2009 or whatever it was, um,
Yes.
re-released in China and grossed like $3 million. So they just put the
Damn.
film and re-released it, and it got 3 million and just boosted it barely above Endgame.
I
So
and the main reason why they did that is because they have to make Avatar relevant again because the second one's coming out next year. Then they're doing like four more Avatars, so they have to keep it
and I
relevant.
believe they shot it like the Russos shot Infinity War and Endgame, where
Back
they
to
shot
back.
it
Yeah,
back
yeah.
to back for 2 and 3. So
Yep.
if I'm not mistaken, I believe Avatar 2 and Avatar 3 are both completely finished, and they're working on like in terms of the filming, and they're working
Yeah.
on the special effects. So they're gonna release both of those films back to back, like probably a year apart, and then they're
2 years apart.
they're doing 2 years apart. Okay, and then I think they're also working on four. I don't know if they're filming that yet, or where they're at in that process. But I think it's
Yeah.
kind of insane that they started in. I don't want to misquote it, but I think it's insane that they started in 2009. Was it? Yeah,
The
yeah,
first
yeah,
film was
2009. The first,
2009.
yeah, and then nothing at all since, and now it's 2021, and I guess we're gonna get something next year, right? So 2022. So
Yeah.
2009 to 2022, and we're getting three more movies. Like,
And also when the movie came out, everyone unanimously loved the movie. And since then, the movie's been bashed like crazy. Like people really haven't liked. Think Avatar has held up to them. I still think the movie's good, not great, but people really hate the Avatar. So I'm wondering that made $1 billion. Are that many people going to see the sequels? I really don't know because the people really. It seems like fans really hate Avatar, and a lot of fans are pissed that it overtook Endgame because everyone loves Endgame.
yeah, for sure. You know, I uh I think it's definitely interesting to get people's opinion on it because a lot of people, some people are, hey, hey, Avatar re-released in China so that it can get people more excited for the next Avatar movie, one, and two, so it can help the movie theater industry, get back on its feet, like
Yeah.
planting the seeds for that. And then other people are like, dude, this is so dumb. How can they re-release to knock off Endgame as the number one box office? Like Endgame earned that record as number one box office movie. I mean, this Avatar came out in 2009. It's done. Like it should be in the past. So, I'm curious where you guys land on that hot take, that argument.
I think it was just they did it just because to keep the for this conversation, for us to be talking about Avatar because Disney does own both films. So I think because Avatar is coming up sooner, coming up in very soon, that they want to keep the Avatar discussion going. Literally for this thing, the fact that we're talking about Avatar versus Endgame is exactly what they wanted us to be doing. So I don't think it was the Avatar over Endgame. It was just more to keep Avatar relevant because the film's coming out very soon.
Yeah, I get that. That makes a lot of sense.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think people have to stop freaking out too. Like, it really doesn't matter. Like Endgame, because if you're really thinking about it, there's so many. There's so many different ways to look at statistics for box office, and I think there's one stat that makes Gone with the Wind the most made the most money ever at a box office before. So there's so much stuff that wouldn't go in any of these films' directions. I just think to be over $1 billion is an achievement in itself, honestly, to make $1 billion on a film. So I think people have to calm down. It's only, Endgame can always re-release. Do you know what I mean? Endgame is going to probably be re-released a lot. And Marvel also makes like 4 films and shows a year. So like they're fine. Like they're not losing anything from this.
That's true. There definitely is a bigger picture that I don't think a lot of people are thinking about. And speaking of picture, I'm gonna segue into the Oscar nominees. We got the Oscar nominee list. So what do you guys think of some of these Oscar nominees? I do want to give our predictions. So if you guys have some of the website open now, the Best Picture nominees. I'll put this up in a second. The Best Picture nominees are for the Oscars are The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Gab, yeah, Sound of Metal, and the Trial of Chicago 7. So,
Yes.
What do you guys think what would you guys like to see as win Best Picture?
It's not shocking. I want Promising Young Woman to win. That movie, oh my god, that means so much to me. I'm so happy it's nominated. It deserves to win something.
Yeah. For me, I'm really rooting for Judas and the Black Messiah. It's a film that I really loved. It's so far my favorite movie of the year. But Nomadland will win because it hasn't really lost anything so far in awards. It will win Best Director. McDormand's in the race for Best Actress as one of the favorites to win that category, and it could win Screenplay as well. So Nomadland is, I believe Nomadland has like a 90% chance in my books to win Best Picture. I think it would take a real change of the next month to really think that anyone could top Nomadland.
Yeah, I think I totally agree with you in that Nomadland is probably right up there. For me, I'd say it probably between Judas and the Black Messiah and Nomadland, just from the reviews I've seen and and just like people's opinions. It seems like those two films are right up there. And I'm sorry, Gab, but I think Promising Young Woman is probably the underdog.
I also want to say, because so normally there can be up to 10 nominees for Best Picture. They only did 8 this year, which is pretty low. There's 3 movies that I thought could have made it, and that was One Night in Miami missing Best Picture was a huge shock. Not just that missing, but Regina King not getting nominated for Best Director for that film was another huge surprise today. The fact, and only Leslie Odom Jr. from that movie got nominated for supporting actor and song. That was surprising. The Five Bloods is a movie that I really have pulled for, as I've said, I think on the show a lot. And it did not it only got score. It should have gotten Best Actor nomination and Best Picture. And and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom did not get Best Picture. And that has Chadwick Boseman, who will win Best Actor at the Oscars. And you also have Viola Davis, who again is another favorite to win Best Actress. So weird to see those films not get Best Picture nominations.
Yeah, I totally agree. 100% I agree. And then looking through some of the other roles. Oh, go ahead, Gab.
Yeah.
I was like, do you guys think Birds of Prey was robbed of an Oscar nomination?
Not for Best Picture. No.
No.
Superhero, it takes a lot for a superhero film to be nominated for Best Picture. Even like The Dark Knight did not get nominated for Best Picture.
That's insane. There is a bias. There is a bias against superhero movies, I think.
Even though the Academy has grown and gotten more diverse, superhero films just don't get it. Like Joker last year was a huge achievement for getting even an Oscar win for actor. and score. That was a huge accomplishment. Logan got writing. Black Panther got Best Picture. It just doesn't happen that often. And I don't think Birds of Prey, even Birds of Prey, it wasn't like a monumental superhero film like I think those other films meant to a lot of people.
Okay. I was just wondering what your take was.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was shocked it didn't get like costume design though. I thought it was gonna get
Okay.
I
was
agree.
there either director or costume design?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I definitely don't think Best Picture, but I think some of the smaller categories. Did it get? I'm not looking right now. Did it get like visual effects or anything like that? Or I don't know.
No. It didn't. It got nothing.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just the movie also did come out a long time ago. It came out well over a year from now, and I think a lot of people probably forgot that the movie even came out. To be honest, like from the people in the Academy, I mean.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And that I think that coupled with the bias against superhero movies just kind of makes it and puts it in a really difficult position.
But I don't think it's Best Picture worthy anyway though. The film is good, but it's not great.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think Gab's heart is breaking into a million pieces right now.
I mean,
a little bit. It's one of my comfort movies, so.
I was gonna, give you some positiveness because I think Carey Mulligan could definitely win Best Actress, and Emerald Fennell can definitely win Best Screenplay for A Promising Young Woman. So I think they're definitely gonna win something. Picture is a bit of a long shot just because Nomadland is the clear favorite, but I don't know. But it was interesting that I do want to talk about the biggest surprise of the awards, and that was Lakeith Stanfield sliding in there for Best Supporting Actor, even though his co-star is also nominated and will win for that category, Daniel Kaluuya. Now, I thought always that Lakeith was going for Best Actor, like lead actor, because in my opinion, he is kind of the lead of the movie. And then he slides into Supporting Actor and he gets a nomination. He has not been nominated all season. The Oscars love to do this where they just throw someone random. Now, he's great in the movie. I just didn't know he was going for Supporting Actor. So that was a huge surprise today.
100%. I think it's pretty rare that you see, two people from the same film nominated, for an award like this. But I think it just speaks to how good the film is.
Yes, it's very good, very well deserved.
Absolutely.
And then Soul got nominated once again.
Yeah, and that's on the animated feature film section. Yeah.
And Soul will win probably that as well. With Wolf
going
Walkers.
up against Wolf Walkers, you said, Over the Moon, Onward, and a Shaun the Sheep movie. I think Onward and Soul are kind of right there.
Yeah, and Wolf Walkers too. People adore Wolf Walkers, so I think that would be the second one if there was any surprise. But Soul's gonna win because Soul's gonna win Soul score, and it's gonna win animated as well. But we also had 2 female directors. I think a lot of people thought there would be 3, as I said, with Regina King missing out. But I was really happy, Aaron Sorkin not getting nominated for Best Director because I don't think he's a great director. I think he's just a writer. So him not getting a director was good. Mank not getting screenplay. Thank you. Not a big fan of that movie whatsoever. So I think it was kind of a mixed bag for me because a lot of films that I was rooting for did not get nominated. But there were films that, Judas and the Black Messiah, got a lot more praise than I thought, and it was a good nominations for sure. But Jacob, do you have any I think there's 2 Chadwick Boseman will win for Best Actor. That I think is a slam dunk, and I think Daniel Kaluuya for Supporting Actor is also a slam dunk. But I think Actress and Supporting Actress are pretty wide open categories.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of different ways you can go in the actress in a leading role category.
Yeah.
And I think this might be the opportunity for Gabby to have Carey Mulligan win for Promising a Young Woman. I think that's a very real opportunity. And I also think Viola Davis for Ma Rainey, I think that is also potential. I do think it's wide open. I have a feeling that this might be one of the only categories that Promising Young Woman wins. So I would lean towards that.
Yeah, and I
will.
Yeah.
Because honestly, as a woman watching that movie, I felt so connected to Carey Mulligan's character and the way that she just put on this face, even though it wasn't hard to do because these are real fears that we face every day. And she portrayed it. Like, I felt like I was there with her. Like, her acting in that really made, I don't know, it made me feel comfortable. And a lot of movies, you feel like you're watching a movie, but this, I felt like I was experiencing. And I don't know, this movie just means so much to me. And I feel like it deserves, at least Carey Mulligan deserves an Oscar. So.
Yeah, and again, and I'll say this too: if Frances McDormand does win, that definitely confirms Best Picture because they're going to win other categories. This is the one category where it could probably lose in, and if McDormand does pull it out, then I would give it 100% chance that Nomadland would win Picture. But it was also a big year accomplishments too. 9 of the 20 actors are non-white, not white, which is this is definitely the most diverse year the Oscars have had. So there's no Oscars so white this year. A lot of representation across the board, which has been, I think a lot of people have been waiting for that to happen at the Oscars, and I think this is the year for it to happen. This is and how about Borat, by the way, getting screenplay and supporting actress? The fact that that type of film could do so well at the Oscars was, I think, a huge. I think we knew supporting actress would happen with Bakalova, but getting screenplay, that was a huge deal for basically a prank film to get screenplay. I really like the film, but is it like a screenplay nod? I'm not sure because it really is just improvisation because it's based on pranks. So I don't know how it's a screenplay gets nommed, but people really like this Borat, like Borat too.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's more, you know, how popular this film was, or if it's more how there isn't as many options this year, or at least is what it feels like, um, for these awards. Probably a mix, but yeah, I mean, I think Borat has a decent chance here. I do like its chances as an adapted screenplay.
Are you Jacob? Are you rooting for any film or person in particular to do well here?
In the screenplay category?
No. I mean, just in general at the Oscars. Is there a movie that you love, or is there an actor that you love that you want to see win?
No, I don't think there's anything that I'm really glaring towards. I think the only thing I'm assuming is going to be a massive slam dunk is the animation section. I think Soul is 100% the best animated movie, and I think if that goes any other way other than Soul, I'm going to be really surprised personally.
Yeah.
So I'm really rooting for that as an animated film. I think that's an animated film that I didn't think Disney films would really get that deep, honestly.
Yeah.
At least not in a while. Since I was young. So I really liked that, and I think
Onward
that film
too,
deserves
for me.
all the praise.
Onward too for me hit me really emotionally too, because I have a brother, and the brother stuff that was going on really hit me in the right ways.
Oh my god, I remember it was like, because it came out like during quarantine, my family and we all like had some popcorn, we were all sitting there watching it together. It was like a family moment, and then my mom and I were sitting there sobbing like towards the end of the movie. Like, it was just really like hit home. I do have a brother. I mean, I'm a girl obviously, but I have a brother, and it doesn't matter. Like, I was like, damn, I gotta really like appreciate him more, and really just like, it really made you like think, like, and appreciate what you have and what you don't have. And I was like, whew, Onward, it really made me cry. But Soul also was so good.
Yeah, and I also really loved Over the Moon too. So those are, I mean, this is a great year for Over the Moon's a really good animated film. And I also wanted to bring up for people who haven't watched these films that are Best Picture, a lot of them are on streaming services now. So if you ever want to get into it, I mean, you have Mank is on Netflix. You have Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is also on Netflix. Sound of Metal is on Amazon Prime. Judas is on HBO Max. Nomadland's on Hulu. So if you have a streaming service, I bet you one of the Best Picture films is on there. So I would highly recommend to get prepared for the Oscars in a month to watch those films on the streaming services, because it's basically free if you already have the streaming service.
Absolutely, definitely. All right, I think we can probably wrap up the Oscar noms. Is there any other categories you wanted to touch on, Max?
I'm trying to think. I also for Best Score, I was disappointed that Ludwig Göransson did not get nominated for Tenet, because Ludwig did the score for Black Panther and for The Mandalorian, and he's definitely one of the best working composers today. And he did not get nominated, which I think was a huge snub, in my opinion. I'm trying to think. In general, I mean, director, a foreign language film got a Best Director nomination from another round, which took up that spot that I thought was going to Regina King. So that was another surprise. But yeah, I just think the Oscars should do 10 films. I would love to know your thoughts. Like, they always say they should do 7 to 10 films is how many films could be nominated for Best Picture. I'm all for just doing 10 because so you don't have those amount of snubs. So I named 3 films. 2 of those could have taken those places. Do you guys think they should just make it all the Oscar noms should be 10 for Best Picture, or do you like the fact that it's 7 to 10 and depends on the year?
Well, I feel like this year was just really hard. 2020, you know, we had this big year of movies planned and then it all kind of like went down the drain. So this year I feel like, yeah, it's fitting that there's like less movies to be nominated. But no, definitely like 10, I feel like that's a solid number. Like I feel like it could be easily like made happen. So I don't know.
I think on any normal year, I would be totally okay with 10, but just not this year. Like, I feel like the list is already a little thin on most of the categories. So I don't think there's really any point to stretching it out for this year. So I kind of like the year by year basis. You know, I just think about this year and I think about all the films that we had to have pushed back and delayed and haven't been
Yeah.
able to release. And had all those films, you know, came out, how different would this year have been and these awards been?
Yeah.
Is that your cat, Lauren?
Yeah, I thought he
Is it a boy
should.
or a girl?
His name is Monty.
Aw.
He looks so
Yeah,
fluffy.
Yeah, I mean, Jacob, I was gonna say that every year this gets debated because I think only 2 years ever have they actually just done 10 films, and each year it's because everyone has obviously snubs from their films not getting nominated. So I don't. It's a debate that I think we're gonna keep having every year until they just make it 10 films. I believe because I think they should do 10 films because I mean 8. There wasn't just 8 great films this year. Do you know what I mean? I think it's really stretching it that there was only 8 great films this year. And I think there's more deserving films that did not get nominated. So I don't know. I'm all for 10.
Yeah, I see exactly where you're coming from. Um, I totally get that, honestly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I did want to move in to one of our final segments towards the end of our show here. Gab had the brilliant idea to talk about
Wow.
comfort movies, and that's what I want to end. I want to, you know, start winding down this show with. So, I asked you guys before to come up with a few of your favorite comfort movies. You know, something that, and if you guys don't know what a comfort movie is, anyone watching, it would be something like it's a rainy day, you're inside, you don't want to do anything, so you're in your bed all day. What do you turn on? What are you watching? You know, what is your go-to? The movie that you can just go back to anytime and it's always going to make you smile, laugh, feel good. You're just going to generally enjoy it. Like a
Yeah.
movie that has, you know, almost it does you don't have to put any effort into to really
Is
just
yours
love.
Dexter?
Honestly, yes, but I was really trying to focus on movies instead of shows.
Yeah.
So I put all so I had to get Dexter out of my mind, which he's never out of my mind, as you can see right here.
Okay.
What's that movie where they're like they're animated horses and they're like friends with some people, but the drama's really in the horses. I don't think they talk at all.
What are you talking
I
about?
have no idea what you're talking. I see a lot of animated films. I can't think of what you're thinking.
It's like kind of old. What?
Spirit?
Yeah, is that the horses?
I think so.
Yeah, I was thinking about that movie, but I didn't know what it was called.
Wow.
I can't
I
believe
love
Gab
that
knew
your
that.
comfort movie is a movie that you don't even know the name of.
It like feels very like, you know what I mean? Like the horses don't even talk. Like that's as comforting as it gets. You know, no dialogue. There's just some horses and they're like sad and then they're like happy and that's it.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, that sounds relaxing, honestly.
Yeah.
Gab, what are your comfort movies?
Okay, so probably my number one is Perks of Being a Wallflower. That movie deals with really like heavy hitter topics, and I don't know, I can always put that on, especially like when I'm in like a mood that I don't know if I'm like sad or mad or upset for no reason, I kind of just put this movie on and I just watch it because I realize that there's so many like issues bigger in the world than like what I'm like my little issue that I'm dealing with, and I feel like I just put that on and it's such like a feel good movie. Like it makes you kind of like really think about life, but it's also just like I put that on anytime I'm kind of in like a weird mood and I don't know how to describe it, and that movie just kind of like enhances that mood and really makes me think, and I love it. And they're taking it off of Netflix and I'm really upset about it, but that's a whole different issue. So
I
that's
thought you were gonna say that it resets you, but then you're like, no, it just enhances the mood I'm in. And I was like,
it really enhances that weird ass mood that I'm in and I don't know what to do. I put that movie on and I don't know, it like makes me feel better about myself that other people are going through issues, I guess.
yeah, like you're not alone. Whatever you're going through, you're not alone in it. That's a good mantra to take out of it.
That movie and Frozen 2.
Of course.
I'm not surprised you love Frozen.
Frozen 2, I
You
went
and
on
my
a date.
4-year-old sister.
I went on this date and her and I literally was like, have you ever seen Frozen 2? She went, no. I said, okay, we're watching Frozen 2. It was like 2 a.m. and here we are. I'm sobbing over Frozen 2 on our first date. And I'm just like,
Bro, the
Like,
first one's
I
I mean,
better.
if you have to cry, it's best that it's over a movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, at least I was like, you get to see me cry now. Like, but this movie, man.
But it's valid. It's complete. If you're crying because of a movie, your cry is valid. Wherever you are, your cry is valid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
the first
So
one's better
definitely
though.
No, it's
No,
not.
no.
And before you ask why I've watched these kids movies, I just want to remind you I have a 4-year-old sister. So
They're
it is
both
my brotherly
fine.
obligation.
They're both fine.
No, Frozen
He
2 is
has
better.
to defend his toxic masculinity somehow.
Hey, I've seen both Frozen.
Gossip
I
Girl,
think-
yes, but
I
Frozen.
think two's better, but it's not like two's special or anything. Like two's a fine, like the story gets so dumb towards the end of the movie. When they're all dusting away, then of course they're all coming back. Like it gets so ridiculous in the last 20 minutes of that movie. But it is better than one. It is better than one. But it's not saying much.
Bro, one is a
Frozen
classic.
2
What? One?
Yes.
No.
Shut up.
Y'all are insane. It is a
No.
classic. It's the beginning of everything.
No, it's not.
It's
beginning of
infinitely
annoying
better.
music.
Two is so boring, dude. I literally fell asleep in the theater watching it.
One's
I
boring.
was just like,
I was crying in the movie theater.
What made you cry in two?
And Elsa
I love how
found
Max is
herself.
defending Gab and attacking her.
He said when Elsa made it to give me a second. I'm so ashamed that I can't think of it. Ata Holland, when she makes it to Ata Holland and she realizes that Ata Holland is made of ice, she's like, I belong. And then she's singing the song Show Yourself and she discovers that she's the fifth element. I was a mess. I was in the movie theater babbling like a little kid. I had my 6-year-old cousin next to me just looking at me like, why are you crying? You're such a baby. I'm like, this is so cute. When they found their parents' ship, like their parents that they went, like, that they, oh my God, I was crying at that point. When Olaf flurried away, oh my God. When Kristoff proposed, stop. There were so many things in this movie that made me cry, and I cry every single time I watch it. It was, oh, this movie really, it's just, oh, it's so cute.
It definitely looks good. I'll give you that. It really does look good.
It does. It's really cute, especially when Elsa is like, she is the fifth element. She is the bridge between nature and.
So she's the Avatar. The bridge between worlds. I'm also getting vibes. Have you seen the movie The Fifth Element?
No.
Sci-fi, very good. We love Lilu. We love a, orange hair girl who's half naked running around. Multipass. There you go. Everyone should watch The Fifth Element.
Okay.
So those are my two comfort movies that I put on although Frozen 2, it really puts me, I get in my feels watching Frozen 2 and then I just smile at the end of it and I'm so much better. I'm so happy. Like Anna is now Queen of Arendelle, and Elsa is like Queen of the Enchanted Forest, and they're like two sisters that live in harmony. And Elsa is happy; she feels like she belongs now. And Anna and Kristoff are getting married. I want there to be a Frozen 3, and I want Elsa to have a girlfriend because there's been no Disney princess that's been gay, and I really want her to be gay. Anyway,
Would Disney ever do that? Will
Huh?
Disney go gay?
Probably. I hope so. I really hope so.
But like have like it's different to just like throw in a gay couple or character, but like I'm talking main character gay.
Hmm.
I think it's likely. I think there's a good chance, honestly.
Yeah, I think they will too. Yeah.
Especially with the changing generation, and they better be, because like kids are so much more accepting now. Like people are so accepting. Like like there was like for Frozen 2, they were saying they want Elsa to have a girlfriend.
Aww.
It didn't happen, but there was like this one scene where she meets up with this one girl and they're talking about like the fifth element. I was like, there's a connection there. Like, oh man. Anyway.
Oh my gosh. Well, look, my comfort movies are not nearly as bad as Frozen 2.
There we go.
You can't invalidate her movies.
It's not bad, but it's not good.
Your
It's
taste.
like whatever.
It is my comfort movie. Leave me and my comfort movies alone, Jacob.
Okay.
I can't deal with this Frozen 2 either.
Well, let me tell you my comfort movie. My all-time comfort movie, it has to be Back to the Future.
Nice.
It has everything I need. When I'm chilling, when I just want something from a movie, I want a great soundtrack, and it has it. It has an iconic soundtrack. I want something that isn't insane on the visuals, right? I don't want to watch some action set piece from out of Avengers Endgame where it's just crazy CGI, oh my god, explosion, like that's too much. There's no crazy action set piece in this movie. But it's also hilarious. I love comfort movies have to have a comedic element to me, or like they have to have a part of it. It doesn't have to be focused around it, but it has to have a part that is funny. I think that has it perfectly. And the last thing that it needs, I should say, the last two things it needs are a likable main character and some sort of romance or like love plot, like a side plot or a focus or whatever. And it has all of those things. And it's a great movie. Back to the Future is amazing. I could watch it all the time. It is the best comfort movie for me of all time. And I have a few honorable mentions I threw in there, like I love the Mummy movies, especially the first one, the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies from like the early 2000s. Dude, 1999, The Mummy, classic. Not enough people know it. When I say The Mummy, everyone thinks that crap Tom Cruise movie that came out in like 2018, which is depressing. But The Mummy is amazing. It's iconic. I love it. And then Spaceballs. I watch clips of Spaceballs online all the time.
It is great.
It is iconic. It is absolutely amazing. I mean, Rick Moranis, Mel Brooks, like they're incredible.
Darth Selman.
Yeah, exactly. And the Schwartz, like it is the best parody movie. Spaceballs is what a Family Guy Star Wars was trying to be, but got close, but never got there.
It's still good.
Yes, but Spaceballs is so good and it's so meta. It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So those three movies kind of make up my holy trinity of comfort movies.
Yeah. Should I go?
Go ahead.
So my main comfort movie is any of the Toy Story films for me. It's one of my favorite films of all time, the first one. But I get very emotional in 1, 3, and 4 actually. When I was rewatching Pixar like a couple months ago, I got emotional in 3 and 4, honestly. So that was it. Really takes me back to my childhood because I really relate to Andy, and it came out at the right time for me where I was a little kid, just like Andy in 1, and then when I was old enough in 2000, whenever the third one came out, I was kind of near the like now watching Toy Story 3 as a college kid, leaving high school. It hits me in all the right places in Toy Story 3, so that hits me really hard. The other one is a comedy, Anchorman 2. It's a movie that a lot of people don't talk about because everyone loves the first one, which I also do enjoy the first one. But I love Anchorman 2. I like it more than 1. It makes me laugh my ass off for a good hour 40, with however long the movie is, with Will Ferrell, Paul Rudd, Steve Carell, Kristen Wiig. They always have the big anchor fight scene in the third act where it's all the different famous, famous people come in and do a fight. It really is hilarious. And then my last one's any really Star Wars movie. It's my franchise that I live and die with. I can watch it, really, except the second one, any Star Wars movie, and take something out of it. If it's just the score, or it's the characters, or the story, I get chills when I watch certain, like Revenge of the Sith. That really puts me in my childhood place, watching Revenge of the Sith. Even though I don't think it's the best one, it was always growing up my favorite film. I do think once I've gotten a bit of a writing brain, I realized that it's not a well-written film compared to Empire Strikes Back. But I still think I do. Well, because the Padme Anakin stuff still was terrible. So other than that, I still do love. Those are my 3 comfort films. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to dedicate an entire episode to arguing with you why Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars movie of all time.
It's my second favorite. We don't have to debate it that much.
I'll die on this hill. Max is the best Star Wars movie of all time. The Empire Strikes Back is boring. Okay.
No, well, but here's the thing. I'll leave you with this.
Okay.
I loved the movie my whole life. Then I realized that they explained Padme's death. That she died because she doesn't have the will to live anymore. Not just that she just.
We don't talk about that, Max. We don't talk about
that.
Well,
you have to, because it's a big.
We don't talk about that.
It was like George Lucas forgot Padme wasn't in the original trilogy, and he was like, "Oh my God, Padme lost the will to live." Okay, all right.
Listen, we don't have to talk about this, all right?
You lose that one. You lose that one every day.
Maybe that's specific. I can't defend the relationship between Anakin and Padme, but what I can defend is the action is 1 billion times better. The opening to the movie is amazing. Yeah. And the Battle of the Heroes, the music is the best music of any Star Wars movie.
I agree.
And the fight scenes are the best fight scenes of any Star Wars movie too. And it's like the most impactful fight scene at the end. That is like the most emotional fight scene. I think it's more emotional than the episode 6 one as well. Because
episode 5's pretty emotional with "I'm Your Father."
Yeah, but that's like the emotion at the end of the fight. It's not throughout the entire thing. It's like, it's at the end. So
no, I love, you're making me critique one of my favorite films, and it's really good, but you're making me really critique it. If I really critique it, it's tough to critique.
Well, we're gonna have to get into this in the future, because we're gonna have to end this episode. But before we do wrap up here, I do want to give a quick teaser for anybody, for our next episode. We're definitely gonna be, I'm sure Gabby's gonna be talking about The Bachelor from the Bachelor results from tonight for our next episode. And of course, we have the Zack Snyder Justice League that's gonna be dropping soon, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier comes this Friday. We are all so excited here at the Movie Mafia. We cannot wait to share this news with you guys. So with that being said, I think we're gonna wrap up the episode. And I really enjoyed being here with you guys, and there's nothing else to say. I can't wait until next episode. But
yeah.
We will see you from all of us here at the Movie Mafia. We will see you in the next episode. All right, peace, guys.
Peace.